Well, welcome back, friends and family. Welcome back to the West Best Media. Today, we're going to talk about a man who shake South Africa every time he opens his mouth. That man is Julius Malema. Some call him a firebrand. Some call him reckless. Others see him as a visionary. But here's the real question: how does he speak to so many different groups, the poor, the rich, white, local, international, and still keep his revolutionary personality, a persona intact? Let's break it down. But before we do that, um, before we do that and get deep into this, make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, drop a line, and share this with someone who you think need to hear. And let's build a platform together. All right, let's dive into it. When Malema is in the township, he speaks to the poor. He's pure fire. He talks about fighting white monopoly capital, about the dignity of the black majority. He keeps it raw, straight, and simple. Why? Because that's the language of the people who has been left behind, the unemployed, the youth, the farm workers, the poor families. They don't want policies, paper. They don't want to hear someone is saying willing to fight. They want to hear someone who's saying they're willing to fight for them. Malema knows this, and that's why he uses repetition, sharp slogan, a voice that carries anger and hope at the same time. That's Malema, the ANC fear, because he connect where they fail. If you're feeling this breakdown, pause right now, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Malema is speaking the truth or he's just playing politics? But let's step out of South Africa and you'll see a different Malema. When he spoke in England or when he's addressed in the Nigerian Bar Association, the firebrand becomes or became a statement. That's what he becomes. Calm, measured, deliberate. He spoke about history, about colonization, about African unity. He didn't shout. He didn't reason, deliberate. And that's when many people realize this man, he's no fool. He's sharp. He knows when to turn the volume up and when to turn the volume down when he's abroad. He presents himself as a pan African thinker who wants justice not for South Africa, but for Africa, wherever, everywhere. That's how he builds international legacy. Yes, my friend. Now, where here is where Malema is clever. For all this talk about fighting white majority capital, monopoly power, he still has ties that run into South Africa wealthiest. circle. One of the richest men in the country sponsor his trip to England to speak to young people. Think about that. Why would a rich man support the so-called radical? Simple, because even the elite knows Malema might be president one day. And in politics, you insure yourself. You keep doors open. Malema might be president, and they understand his game. He gives fire to the poor, but measures to the rich in sublet ways. He signals, I won't burn the house down. Are you following, my friends and family? He's signaling to the white monopoly capital, I will not burn the house down. I will just rearrange the furniture. That's why elites keep a channel open for him or with him. Family, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to West Best Media. We break these stories down raw without sugarcoating. Stay locked in. And this is Malema's greatest strength. He can be a fireball, a firebrand at home, a statesman abroad, and a negotiator with the rich, all without losing his revolutionary identity. He never steps anywhere from the struggle message, but he adjusts the delivery depending on the audience. That that's a skill few politicians masters. And don't be surprised if one day, as president, he included white in his government. He could stand up and say, we are all South Africans. Black, white must work together to build this nation. That would shock some of his critics, but it would also prove his point that leadership is above unity. The, is about unity. The country, while still fighting for economic freedom, Malema knows the game. He can't govern only for one group. He has to he has to look like a leader for all. So here's the truth, my friends and family. Julius Malema isn't loud. He calculates. He can rally the poor, impress the world, deal with the rich, and still remain a revolutionary. That's why he's dangerous to some, inspires to others, and impossible, very impossible to ignore. If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't leave without subscribing, like, share, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you see Malema as the future South African president or just another politician playing the game? Thanks for tuning in to West Best Media. Let's keep the conversation alive because Africa is the future, and Africa future belongs to those who understand the struggle and this tragedy. One love, my brothers and sisters. We'll talk in the next video. Have a great day.